What's up everybody, Tuki here with just a really quick video, just a couple things I wanted to talk about heading into the Winter Classic. Now obviously a couple things have changed. David Recchi injured, and now Brad Marchand suspended for 3 games, and of course that is the first thing I want to talk about. In the last recap I did say that I am perfectly fine with him being suspended. He deserved it. And let's face it, whenever there's a suspension, whatever team it is going to claim, oh, this is ridiculous, the NHL is biased. If there's not a suspension, it's an immediate negative reaction towards the NHL, particularly if it's for the Bruins, who have that tag of just being a dirty team. But I think most reasonable and informed, I'll say, Bruins fans agree with the suspension. It sucks he'll miss the Winter Classic, but again, he doesn't need to do shit like this anymore. Just focus on your goal scoring, focus on helping the team win. And that brings me to the next point. Colin Miller sent down for Alex Koklachev. Now we saw in the last game as Seth Griffith was called up to replace David Recchi, a skill guy replacing a skill guy, and now we have Alex Koklachev, a skill guy replacing a skill guy in Brad Marchand. And a lot of people were pissed that Colin Miller got sent down, saying that he should be playing, and simply put, I'll agree with that. Like, I think anyone that's watched these recaps, which is obviously a very few people, but that's understandable, anyone who's watched these recaps will know, I think Colin Miller has been an absolute steal from the Lucic deal. He has been a godsend in a trade that looked somewhat one-sided at the time and was somewhat frustrating. But Colin Miller has been great, but here is the thing. If he's not going to be played, which he hasn't been lately, Joe Morrow's been getting the past couple of games, which I somewhat disagree with. But if he's not going to be played, I would rather have him down in Providence getting the ice time rather than wasting away up in the press box. And simply put, you have to take the good with the bad. The bad side is Colin Miller gets sent down. He's not playing NHL hockey when he should. But the good side is Alex Koklachev gets another chance. People have been begging, dying for Koko to get a proper chance. Well, here it is. It doesn't come under the best circumstances simply due to a suspension, but he's here. He has a chance. He'll more than likely be in a position. I don't think he'll be on the 4th line unless they bump up Jimmy Hayes. I feel confident in saying he'll be on a top 2 line, but with Claude, you never really know. But here's his chance. He's going to be playing in the Winter Classic. So yes, as frustrating as it is for Colin Miller to not be playing, Koko finally gets his chance. And last but not least, the alumni game, which was a fucking blast to watch. My God, were there some great performances. Andrew Ray, the goalies were amazing. Like, Reggie Lemlin, for his age, was amazing. The old school style, not really going down onto the knees much. I thought Andrew Raycroft had a great game. Obviously, Raycroft, the youngest guy on the ice at only 35 years old, when the oldest is 68, a player from Montreal, and the average age is 50, being 35, it's kind of depressing to see how Andrew Raycroft's career went once he was traded away from Boston. I still love Andrew Raycroft. He could still play professional hockey, and obviously he was playing overseas within the past year, but he had a strong game. Jose Theodore could probably still play professional hockey too if he wanted to. He looked great. And then you had Richard Sevnier. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but Jesus, this guy was all over the place, stacking the pads, rolling around. It was incredible to watch. You had Jay Miller losing a tooth. You had Cam Neely being completely invisible. There were so many guys where I'm just like, okay, introductions, Cam Neely, Hal Gill, and then I didn't hear their names mentioned once after that. Don Sweeney had a great game and a breakaway chance. And for Montreal, Donald Audette looked like he hadn't lost a step. Alex Kovalev looked dangerous as ever. Chris Nyland still looked like he wanted to just punch somebody in the face. But truly, the stars of this game, they could play on the 3rd line tomorrow, and I don't think anybody would object. Recchi, Samsonov, and Sturm. Oh my God. Mark Recchi, 47 years old, had the... one of the best games I've ever seen Mark Recchi play. It was amazing. Sergei Samsonov still playing with incredible speed at 37 years old, and Marco Sturm just some amazing passes in this game. It was a joy to watch these three guys go to work as they teared apart the Montreal Alumni defense. Just what a fun game. Donald Audette ties it on a penalty shot late, goes to a shootout. The Bruins get on the board early in the shootout, and then they throw out Tom Fergus, which was the most shocking choice. No offense to Tom Fergus, but when you have certain people, like if you're playing to win, or even if you're just playing for fun, I think Tom Fergus is one of the last people that fans really wanted to see take a shootout shot. When you have PJ Axelson, Hal Gill, Al Iafrate, Brian Leach, Rick Middleton, Cam Neely, Terry O'Reilly, Recchi, Samsonov, Sturm, even Don Sweeney or Glenn Wesley. When you have those guys, you throw out Tom Fergus, who just takes a normal wrist shot after the first two shots went in, where it was simply backhand, forehand. A little bit disappointing, but the game ends in perfect fashion. Perfect fashion. Ray Bourque gets the game-winning goal in a shootout, and my God, just perfect. And say what you want about the alumni game, that it's just a bunch of old guys shuffling around. This was one instance where I can't remember the last time I had fun watching an irrelevant hockey game. Just knowing that this meant nothing and it was all for fun, this was such a blast to watch. And again, for Ray Bourque to score the game winner, for Recchi, Samsonov, and Sturm to look as good as they did, what a blast, and just spirits are so high heading into the Winter Classic tomorrow. And guys, that is it. Just a quick video where I just felt like talking about the Bruins and such high spirits. I hope everyone has a happy new year. Stay safe, because we have a game to watch tomorrow, the Winter Classic. I got a feeling it's going to be a great day. I will see you all tomorrow.